Here's the truth nobody tells you. Nothing in life happens in the past or the future. Life only happens now. All the joy, peace, and success you seek can only be found in this present moment. If you want to stop feeling lost in thoughts of the past or worries about what might happen next, this book is your guide to breaking free and finding true freedom.
Introduction.
In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle reveals how living in the present moment can completely transform your life. This book has helped millions of people break free from the mental traps of dwelling in the past and obsessing over the future. And in this video, I'll break down the most life-changing lessons for you. You'll learn why time is an illusion, why the mind causes most of our struggles, and how mindfulness can help you live a life full of peace and joy. Stick around to the end because I'll share one practical exercise from the book that you can start using right now to embrace the power of the present.
Life only happens in the present moment.
Let's start with a simple question. How often during the day are you truly present in the moment? Most of us are stuck replaying what went wrong in the past or worrying about what could go wrong in the future. For example, you might find yourself thinking, I shouldn't have said that, or what if I fail at tomorrow's meeting? Meanwhile, life is happening right now, and we're completely missing it. Eckhart Tolle makes a powerful point here. Everything you experience only happens in the present moment. The past, that's a memory replaying in your mind. The future, it's your imagination projecting onto a blank canvas. The present is all we have, yet most of us spend very little time in it. So why does this matter? Because by leaving the present moment, we leave behind the joy and peace we're meant to feel right now. Tolle suggests pausing throughout the day to ask yourself, what sensations or feelings am I noticing right now? For example, take a deep breath. Maybe you feel the warmth of sunlight on your skin, hear birds chirping, or notice how your body feels sitting in a chair. By grounding yourself in your senses, you automatically bring yourself back to the present. Try this right now. It's surprisingly calming. The more you practice reconnecting with the now, the less time you'll spend lost in thoughts about the past or future. As Tolle reminds us, life happens in moments, so don't miss the ones that matter.
The mind is a trap.
Have you ever had this experience? You're lying in bed, and instead of sleeping, your mind is racing with thoughts like, why did I say that at work today? Or, I have so much to get done tomorrow. It's like your mind becomes an overactive roommate you can't control. This is what Eckhart Tolle means when he says the mind is a trap. Our thoughts are often repetitive, judgmental, and centered on problems that don't even exist in the present moment. For example, you might replay a conflict with someone from weeks ago, yet the only real place it exists is in your head. As Tolle explains, we suffer not because of what happens to us, but because of how our mind reacts to it. The powerful solution Tolle offers is to step into the role of an observer. He suggests visualizing your mind like a noisy radio station playing in the background. Instead of identifying with those thoughts, take a step back and listen to them without judgment. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking, I always mess things up, you can pause and say, oh, there's that self-critical thought again. By doing this, you create a gap between who you are, the observer, and the thoughts themselves. Over time, you'll notice that the mental noise starts to quiet, and you feel more at peace. As Tolle beautifully puts it, you are not your thoughts, you are the awareness behind them.
Time is an illusion.
Here's a brain-bending concept. Time, as we think of it, isn't real. When we obsess over the past or worry about the future, we're actually living in an illusion. Think about it. Can you physically go to the past or future? No, but our minds are constantly stuck there. For example, how often do you think things like, I wish I could go back and change that mistake, or I'll be happy when I finally get a promotion? This kind of mental time travel traps us in dissatisfaction and anxiety. Tolle argues that by focusing so deeply on these imaginary versions of time, we lose the one thing that truly exists, the present moment. So how do we break free? By consciously shifting our focus back to the now. Imagine you're waiting in line or stuck in traffic. Instead of stressing about how long it's taking, Bring your attention to your surroundings or your breathing. Notice the colors around you. Feel the movement of air filling your lungs. This doesn't mean we can't plan for the future or learn from the past. Those tools have their purpose. But constantly living in psychological time robs us of peace. As Tolle says, the present moment is all you ever have. There is never a time when your life is not now. By learning to live in the now, we open ourselves to more joy and clarity.
Presence dissolves pain.
Have you ever felt stuck in a loop of emotional pain, maybe from heartbreak or disappointment, and it feels like you just can't move on? This is what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. It's a collection of all your unresolved emotional wounds from the past, and it loves to come alive whenever something triggers it. For example, someone makes a harmless comment about your work, but instead of brushing it off, you fall into anger or self-doubt because it reminds you of a past failure. The pain body feeds on these emotional reactions, which only makes it stronger. The way to weaken the pain body is to bring presence to it. The next time you feel emotional pain rising up, stop and notice it. Ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? Maybe it's a tightness in your chest or a knot in your stomach. Instead of fighting the feeling or judging yourself, simply observe it. By shining the light of awareness on the pain body, it begins to dissolve. Over time, you'll notice that these negative feelings lose their intensity and hold over you. As Tolle says, awareness is the greatest agent for change. Presence in the now is your key to healing emotional wounds for good.
Surrender to the now.
Let's talk about surrender. Not the kind where you give up, but the kind where you fully accept the present moment, exactly as it is. Tolle explains that most of our suffering comes from resisting reality. For example, imagine you spill coffee on yourself before an important meeting. What do? You probably get upset and think, why did this have to happen now? This resistance doesn't change the situation, it just adds stress. Tolle suggests an alternative. Practice radical acceptance. Instead of mentally fighting reality, surrender to it fully. Say to yourself, this is what's happening right now, and that's okay. This doesn't mean you have to like everything that happens, but by accepting it, you stop adding unnecessary resistance. For instance, instead of being stuck in anger over the coffee spill, you can calmly focus on cleaning it up and moving forward. Surrender also allows you to find deeper peace in difficult situations. The next time you face a challenge, try saying, can I let this moment simply be without trying to change it? As you practice this mindset shift, you'll find it easier to respond to life with calm and clarity instead of stress and frustration.
Conclusion.
And there you have it. 5 life-changing lessons from The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book is a powerful guide to escaping the endless cycles of stress and worry by reconnecting with the present moment. Remember, life only happens in the now. The more you step into awareness and let go of the mental noise, the closer you'll get to true peace and joy. If you found these insights helpful, leave a comment below and let me know which takeaway resonated with you most. And if you're ready to dive deeper into life-changing ideas like these, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got more transformative book summaries coming your way. Until next time, remember, peace is always in the present moment.